What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to give some shouts out to the early birds, starting with Dun, Dun, Dun. Stacy Lines, what's up? What it do, Ron? What's up, Ron? I'm going to jump in and jump out on this one, fam. I just wanted to basically just recognize the death of Clive Davis, one of the premier music executives in the business. Let's get into this article right here on, what is this? This is Yahoo. Okay, we got Clive Davis, the executive who steered Columbia, Arista, and J Records to the pinnacle of the pop music business, died Monday at his Manhattan home. Variety has confirmed he was 94 years old, benefiting a dramatic 50-year career that accounted for the sale of millions of records. Davis's life in the music industry divided into three distinct acts. So, yeah, he had a pretty long career. Touched the careers of people like Janet Joplin, one of my favorites, Carlos Santana, Bruce Springsteen, obviously Whitney Houston. He also is recognized as Sean Diddy Combs' mentor. He's the guy that put Diddy in the game, gave him his deal when Diddy was ousted from Uptown Records. After Andre Harrell said, man, I can't do business with you no more, Clive Davis gave Diddy a deal, and that, as one would say, is history. After that, you know what happened with Bad Boy Records and all of the great artists that was on Bad Boy and the great music that they put out. But some people had a problem with Clive Davis. Some people just did not like the way that he handled the situation after Whitney Houston died. If you can recall, Whitney Houston died in Los Angeles at the same hotel that the Grammy party was held at, the after Grammy parties was held. And when they got news that when Whitney was upstairs and she had passed, the party went on. They decided to go ahead and have the party anyway. Clive, it's an annual party, Grammy party that Clive would put on all the time, a party that Whitney Houston used to love attending. In fact, a lot of people loved attending that Grammys party. A lot of people said that Clive was wrong for having the party, continuing to go along with the plans to have the party. I think everybody have a right to feel the way that they feel. If I know Whitney Houston, she would probably say, let the party go on. If I'm one of the guests at the party and Whitney is somebody that I love, I respect, I admire, I'm probably feeling more at home with this crowd that I'm with right now, because a lot of people that was at that party knew each other. And that Grammy party is oftentimes like it's kind of like a reunion almost, where everybody get together and you don't really see each other until those type of events. It's almost like a reunion. So I'm thinking they probably had a lot of conversation that night about Whitney, and they had a lot of shared experiences, and I think they probably went down memory lane. Now, that doesn't give Clive a pass on some of the things that he's been accused of doing in the music industry. Some people say he groomed Diddy, and he groomed other artists, and he, made artists sign Illuminati style deals and all this type of stuff. I have no proof of that, personal proof of that, but if I was to take a guess, I would say with all of those accusations and coming from so many different directions, perhaps there is some validity to it. But just speaking on the Grammys party itself, I'm not mad at him for continuing the party after Whitney died. Because, when you hear some devastating news like that, I think the time is to try to be around people that you have a connection to. The people that, that have similar relationships with her, right? Even if it's just a relationship from afar, even if it's just from a fan standpoint, how cool is it to, be amongst brotherhood or sisterhood, when a tragedy strikes, instead of being by yourself? That's the way I look at it, fam. I'm not riding for dude at all. I personally think Clive Davis was a wicked dude. I think he was wicked. But Whitney's career, one could argue, wouldn't have been possible without him. Alicia Keys' career possibly would not have turned out as good without him. He definitely wouldn't have had Bad Boy. And for what it's worth, Diddy got some behavior issues, but I ain't trading that music, man. That music, Bad Boy made some of the best music. They held it down for a while. Bad Boy made some of the best contributions to hip hop. No matter what you might think about Diddy, and people got a lot of thoughts about him, you can't deny that music. Just like you can't deny that music that R. Kelly made. That music, R&B would not have been as good without R. Kelly. R. Kelly definitely filled a void, right? I can separate the person from the music. I ain't got no problem with doing that, because I know ain't none of us perfect. So it's just like separating you from your job, right? Some of y'all done some real strange things in your life. But your work speaks for itself. Your work stands, right? Your work is the work. So the work stands alone. I can separate the person from the music. Unless the person was making the music and the music was like a direct reflection of who they was. But usually that ain't what music is. Usually, if a person's making music, the real person is somewhere, in a different vicinity. It's not really who they are. It may be loosely related to who they are, but it's not really who they are. I remember the first time I met Stevie Wonder and I heard Stevie Wonder cuss. I was like, oh, that's right. He's just a person, he's Stevie Wonder. He cuss. Because I was thinking Stevie Wonder, when I think of Stevie Wonder, I think of something like a holier than thou person, like who got a direct connection to God. He'd be like Stevie be getting what do they call that when you're transported to another place in time, and it's like that. What do they call that? What's that word for that? Anyway, what do you call it? Is it teleport? No, what is it called? I can't think of the name. But anyway, it's like Stevie to me got a direct relationship. Like he holler at God directly. Like, yo, God, look here, man. This was going on down here on Earth. What do you want me to do? Okay, go back. like do this here. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, that's my boy Stevie. So yeah. So when I heard Stevie cuss, I was like teleport. Yeah, that's the word. Okay, teleport. That's the word I was looking for. Teleport. Yeah, I'd be thinking like Stevie be getting teleported to see God directly. Like, yo, CD, what's up, baby? Long time no see, baby. What if God really talk like that? Hey, what's up, baby? Long time no see, baby. What's up with you? What you mean, what's up with me, God? You know what's up with me. You see everything. That's right. Yeah, I just want to check it. I just want to make sure you know. Anyway, um, Clive Davis. Clive Davis has passed at the age of 94 years. 94 years, that's a good run right there. That's a damn good run. I heard people saying, well, he should have been dead. He should have been dead. He's 94, he should have been gone. Yeah, fam, say, hey man, I guess at the end of the day, we all preach our eulogy. So however we live our life is the way that we're going to be remembered. And, that's what it is. So we preach our eulogy by the way that we live our life. So if you don't want people saying certain things about you, or you want them saying certain things about you, well, you want to make sure that your actions are consistent with those things that you want them to say about you. That's my time, fam. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.